Sean, can you give us an update on our injuries? We seem to have quite a few in the casualty ward at the moment.
Yeah, we're picking quite a few up. It's what happens, it's part and parcel of the game. You have quiet spells, and then all of a sudden it mirrors an A&E department with everybody coming in. But we'll start off again with look at Hakim with his injury. Obviously dislocated his wrist, but it was sorted up at because he couldn't do a lot with it when he was in at Leeds, but they went to Barrow and they've sorted him out, reduced it, so it's back in, and they put him in a cast. He's gone home to France for a couple of weeks just to catch up with his family because there's nothing we can do here with him. He's also seen Catalan Dragons medical staff while he's over there, and I think they're doing a couple of x-rays, and I think he's due a MRI scan on Friday. I think this is 18th this Friday, isn't it? So he'll have a scan and he'll bring all those results back with him, and we'll get him looked at with a consultant in Manchester once on his return and see where we are. But hopefully he's not too far off. But these injuries tend to be, sort of 2 to 3 months. But if he heals well and the consultant's happy with it, then maybe we might get him back sooner than we anticipate, really.
What about some of the other long-term injuries like Ryan Shaw?
Ryan Shaw, he's going to see the consultant this coming Tuesday down at Oswestry. He's actually done really well as Ryan. His knee's very strong at the minute. We've had him on a lot of strength work. Paddy's been working with him, building up the quads and hamstrings. And tonight he started on some straight line running just to build up a little bit of confidence. So I can give a little bit more information for Mr. Gallagher, the consultant, next Tuesday to go off and make a decision. Because again, the initial one was that he wasn't going to go ahead with surgery on the damaged ligaments, but he thought that we could rehab him, get him strong, and things would heal and we can get away without surgery. So even if it's good news on Tuesday, he's probably still going to be 2 to 3 weeks away because we need to get him back into functional work, back into training, get that knee turning, twisting. We're a little way off that yet, but fingers crossed, maybe 3 weeks after he's seen the consultant next week, that we might see him return.
We've not seen Jordan Wallen for some time.
No, Jordan again. He's the 1st, 2nd of June. He had a review with the neurosurgeon, just looking at his symptoms because he was still symptomatic prior to that, with headaches and a little bit woozy. But that settled down. The consultant was happy with him and happy for us to start a longer sort of gradual return to play, really. So over a month. So the first 2 weeks, which we're coming to the end of now, just going into non-contact training to see how he feels, and there's no reoccurrence of any symptoms. If he's fine, then after 2 weeks we'll do a test on him. We've just done that tonight to the COG test, testing your speed, agility. If he's fine with that, which he is, we'll then move him into a couple of weeks of contact. And towards the end of that 2 weeks, I'll speak to the consultant again, see if he's happy with everything, if he wants to see George. But if he's happy with everything, we may very well see into July that we can reintroduce Jordan into, back into first team action again.
So then we've got the walking wounded at the moment. We've got players like Sam Dowsett, Jared Stark, Callum Buston, Mark Tyson. The list seems endless.
Well, yeah, if we go to probably earlier one of them with Sam, he's unfortunate. His right hamstring, he felt something pop in that, and obviously on examination he definitely tore his hamstring. But he seems to be responding really well tonight. As we've been talking, he's done a couple of treadmill runs over the last week, which I find again hamstrings respond really well to early function, and it seems to be the case again with him. So he's no symptoms, no pain whatsoever in that hamstring tonight, where he had quite a lot last week. So he's looking pretty good. My initial sort of prognosis was first week of July realistically, so about a 4 or 5 week period to get him back with this, but we'll just see how we go with him. He seems to be healing very well. He's doing some running outside with Paddy Mayer now, which again I wouldn't have anticipated him doing this at this early stage, but he's progressed well, so we'll take it nice and easy with him. So yeah, it could be early July If it's any sooner, then that's a bonus to Cresta and his teammates then. So that's we're looking at them from Jared Stack, and he's, I'm not 100% sure. He picked up an injury Saturday with his left chest muscle, the pectoralis muscle, and the tendon that runs across into your left arm where it fastens. He's very painful, bruised and swollen around that area. So he did take an impact, but he got his arm sort of pulled behind him as well. He's having an ultrasound scan this coming Monday just to determine whether it's just an impact injury that caused all the bruising and swelling, or whether he's actually torn part of the tendon. So once we know that, if it's just soft tissue and bruising, we can push him on, and hopefully, if that's just the case, maybe get him back to Workington. If not, then we'll have to reevaluate and wait for the degree of damage to the tendon, which could take him longer.
We saw Mark Tyson hobble off on Saturday as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tyson's on his ankle ligament. He was very tender. I looked at him last night and he was quite swollen. To be fair, today he's come down quite a bit. He's still very sore. So he has torn one of the ligaments in his ankle. But again, see how he responds to it. He could be another one potentially if he settles really quick, for the Workington game. Although the injuries are a couple of weeks minimum. But again, if they heal quick and it's safe to allow them back into training and to play, then we will do. So I'm not looking hopefully too far ahead of Ty's being out. And
Declan Hume's out as well.
Declan is, yeah. He sustained a concussion on Saturday, and that's his second one in the last couple of months. But what the rules are, that if you sustain 2 or more concussions within 12 months, then you have to be cleared by the neuro consultants. So what I did, I took Dec today, had some special tests done at 8:30 this morning at the Manchester Institute of Sport, and then we saw the consultant, Professor Rogers, at lunchtime today. And unfortunately, the tests were okay this morning, but he's just not happy to clear him just yet. We've actually had a brain scan done as well while we were there this afternoon, just to make sure that everything, you talk about brain scans and things, and it only happened Saturday, and he's had a scan on a Wednesday. This is purely precautionary at this stage. Declan's fit and well, he's fine, but because of a couple of concussions, the guys that we've seen want to cover all bases and make sure that everything's spot on before Declan's cleared to come back into training and play then. Which hopefully is only going to be, we're looking at going back to see him in a couple of weeks of consultant, so maybe it's not too long after that.